Welcome back. Let's drill it down to the top stocks that CNBC-TV18 is watching this morning. We've got our team with us. Good morning, guys and girls. Mangalam, let me start with you. Marico and Adani Wilmar.
Well, for Marico, it was a quarter which was marred by a fair amount of one-offs, as a result of which the company's volume suffered this time around. So they are expecting only low single-digit volume this time around, with a low single-digit decline in their overall revenues. In fact, the company said the anticipated rural demand hasn't seen an uptick yet. However, there are a couple of silver linings. The first one is sharp expansion in their margins will lead to double-digit profit growth in the quarter. And secondly, because it was a quarter marred by one-offs, the next quarter, the company expects it to be a lot better than this quarter itself. So expect the stock to open in the red, but thereafter, dips may be bought for those who are looking at the next couple of quarters and not just the near term. As far as Adani Wilmar is concerned, can't say the same about that because their volumes grew by about 25%, but that doesn't count for much because of the sharp decline that we've seen in edible oil prices over the last 1 year, as a result of which their revenues have declined by 15%. Add to that, the company was sitting on high-cost inventory, as a result of which there will be an impact on the profitability as well. So that would be a large part of their business, which is weak. What is the strong part of their business is the food business, which has seen a 30% plus growth in their revenues. But then again, that's a small part which is growing fast.
Okay. All right, Mangalam, thanks very much for that. Well, let's get you more updates then, right? I mean, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank and DCB Bank. Abhishek is here with that. Abhishek, morning.
Morning, Prashant. So it's good to see that Ujjivan Small Finance Bank's tenure of the book is coming back to where normalcy is. Last quarter, it was on elevated side. This time around, the disbursals are up 22% YOY and down about 12% sequentially. The disbursal to AUM ratio, or how much of the disbursals goes into AUM, that is at now 24% versus 37% in the previous quarter. Loans are up 30.6% YOY and about 5.24% sequentially. Deposit momentum is healthy at 44.5% YOY and a 4.5% growth on a sequential basis. CASA has dipped a bit. It has declined by 2.9% quarter on quarter, and CASA ratio has declined both YOY and quarter on quarter. Asset quality has improved. Gross NPA ratio is down almost 20 basis points on a sequential basis, and portfolio at risk that has remained flat on a sequential basis at 3.8%. Coming on to DCB Bank, RBI has approved Tata Mutual Fund to have a holding up to 7.5% in the bank. This current holding of Tata Mutual Fund in DCB Bank is about 4.95%. So approval is valid for a period of 1 year, and RBI has advised Tata Mutual Fund not to increase it beyond 7.5%. Back to you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let's go across to Surbhi for some more stocks which are in the news.
So I'm looking out for Bombay dying. Now there are business standards reports that suggest that they may sell the Worli land parcel at 5,000 crores valuation. A Japanese company has leading the race amongst all the bidders. The land has a development potential of 2 million square feet for commercial purposes. Also watching out for Force Motors. They came up with the June sales data. The production is down 16% for the month of June. The domestic sales are up 13%, but the export sales are down 10%. And lastly, Prestige Estates. The company and its wholly owned subsidiary, Exora Business Parks, has entered into a JV agreement with WS Industries. This is to develop IT-enabled service parks on a 6.53-acre property in Chennai.
Surbhi, thank you very much for that. Keep 3 more stocks on your radar. The first one is Tata Power, where the company has won an order worth 1,744 crore rupees from Chhattisgarh State Power Distribution. It's to implement a smart metering project. That clearly appears to be the big theme, smart meters. KEC International has won a 1,000 crore order, and Solara Active Pharma, where the board has approved a 450 crore fundraise via a rights issue. So keep your eye on these stocks.
All right, then here's a quick recap of all the stocks that we just covered. Stocks with positive news flow into the likes of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, DCB Bank, Tata Power, KEC, Solara Active Pharma, Bombay Dyeing and Prestige Estates. While stocks with negative news flow, will they include Marico, Adani Wilmar and Force Motors as well. Okay, all right. So those are all the top stocks that you need to track. But there are a lot of brokerage reports as well that came in earlier today. Ekta joins us to run us through that list. Ekta?
Thanks for that. Well, I'll start with CLSA on Bajaj Auto, where they have an outperform rating and a target price of 4659. According to them, the Triumph launch looks positive. They remain cautious on increasing competitive intensity in the premium motorcycle segment. Morgan Stanley has written on Maruti overweight rating with a target of 11164. Maruti has already received 6,000 bookings for Invicto. Mix and the market share improvement keeps them overweight. Citi on Godrej Consumer buy rating, target price of 1175. They believe the company is on the right track. They expect performance improvement across segments. Jeffries on Godrej Properties buy rating, target price has been raised to 1850. The company's share of pre-sales should rise to over 75%. And lastly, Macquarie has written on Marico, outperform rating, target price of 620. Q1 business update points to a weaker than expected low single-digit sales decline, but the better margin commentary drives a 4% upgrade to their FY24, 25 and 26 EPS.
All right, Ekta, thanks very much for that. So some brokerage calls, and we'll get you more as we go along. We'll take a quick commercial break here. Siddharth Khemka, Head of Retail Research at Motilal Oswal Financial Services, joins in for some fundamental stock analysis. A little later, we'll have Abhishek Gaushande, Deputy Vice President, Research at Sharekhan, to discuss the developments in the premium motorcycle segment with, Eicher, Bajaj, Hero, all there in the fray. And of course, the launch of Invicto from Maruti as well. Stay with us.